everyone, and welcome back to Video Game Book Club. I'm Clay, and this is Daniel.
Today we are going to do our review of Castlevania Bloodlines on the Sega Genesis.
The what?
Yeah, a Castlevania game on a Sega console. It's not that mind-blowing.
Not really, not too much.
Let's check it out.
Let's go. Castlevania Bloodlines is the only Castlevania game released on the Sega Genesis. Not quite as mind-blowing of a fact as that Mega Man the Wily Wars game being on a Sega console, but, it's still interesting. Please go watch my Wily Wars video. It's really good.
I was really looking forward to Bloodlines ever since I first saw the Kickstarter. But I'm not really sure why they were asking for donations to go towards a game that was produced in 1994.
You're thinking of Bloodstained, the recently funded Castlevania spiritual successor that Koji Igarashi is working on and is scheduled to release in March of 2017.
Oh, you mean kinda like how Mighty Number 9, the Mega Man spiritual successor, was funded and scheduled to release in April of 2015?
Well, hopefully not just like Mighty Number 9, but Bloodstained and Bloodlines are two completely different games.
Not really that much different though.
Anyway, Castlevania Bloodlines, or Castlevania Vampire Killer in Japan, features an intense amount of violence, and for the GA rating on the American version, there is a lot of blood. And for this reason, the European and Australian versions of the game got censored and titled Castlevania The New Generation.
Bloodlines is deeply intertwined with Bram Stoker's Dracula, so it stands to reason that Quincy Morris is the father of one of the playable characters, John Morris, who wields the vampire killer.
Oh, fun fact, Bloodlines is the first game in the series to refer to the whip as the vampire killer. And in this game, it can be upgraded 3 times instead of the regular 2.
Morris' connection to the Belmont family is a bit unclear, but they are ancestors nonetheless. Eric Lacarde, the other playable character in Bloodlines, wields the mighty Alucard spear. No, wait, it's actually the Alucard spear? But thanks to the power translation, the English version of the game got whatever the hell the Alucard spear is. So for this video, we're just going to pretend it's the Alucard spear.
And his spear can be upgraded 4 times.
The Alucard spear and the Vampire Killer Whip are entwined by destiny, and that the Lacarde family is the key to allowing full power of the whip to a Morris.
These two characters could not play any differently. The strategy you use for one will not work with the other. Eric can attack with his spear in multiple directions while standing still, but while airborne, he can only attack straight on. While John is the complete opposite. He can attack straight on while standing still, but while in the air, he is able to attack in multiple directions. Each of our heroes can use all of the game's sub-weapons, which include a battle axe, a boomerang, and the famous holy water. After you choose your character, the game begins. However, the gameplay and stages are a bit different in this version of Castlevania compared to others in the series.
Yeah, in Bloodlines you start off in Dracula's castle, but you don't actually stay there. Instead, you move around to other cities in Europe. Athens, Greece, Pisa, Italy, a weapons factory in Germany, the Palace of Versailles in France, and the fictional Castle Proserpina in England. These levels feature some unique effects, such as the water reflections, the rotation of the Tower of Pisa, and the upside-down rooms in Castle Proserpina. Each character has a section in each stage only accessible by them, whether you use Alec Lacarde's super jump, or swing across gaps using the Vampire Killer. The only thing that each of these levels has in common? 2 boss fights, a midway boss, and a final boss.
The boss fights can vary in difficulty, but none are easier than the Wizard of Water in Stage 2. Kill him before the water gets over your head, and you're good to go. I actually have to give Daniel some credit in this game. The boss of Stage 3 is a giant-ass bat. I had way too hard of a time beating him, and on the first try, Daniel took care of him so we could move on.
I'm so f***ing good at this game.
Boss fights in Bloodlines are much like other games. You learn their patterns and they become easy to beat. But bosses like that giant-ass gear can be pretty difficult. so satisfying.
The final stage in Bloodlines utilizes some very interesting effects to make it more challenging. And boy, did they do a good job at that. In some parts of the level, you play upside down, while in other areas, the screen gives this torn appearance, where it splits into different sections. It does just enough to mess with your mind and really screw you over. Midway through, you'll encounter the first mid-boss of the final level, Death. When you hit the cards that encircle Death, multiple things can happen. 3 of the cards will take you to face previous bosses. Another card will bring you face to face with Death himself. First in short attacks, and then in a full battle.
Next up is the evil Elizabeth Barkley, who is a complete for resurrecting Dracula. Her first attack will be as Medusa, and she is extremely easy to take out. Basically, you just crouch next to her to dodge her attacks while you attack her. Bartley's magical attack will take much longer to overcome. She sends orbs into the air, and in order to hurt her, you need to hit her a number of times equal to the number of orbs. Did you get that? Just get close enough to hit her, then attack while kneeling to avoid her fireball. If you suck, like we do, and screw up, her magic and the orbs will be released on you. Stay in the corners if this happens, and you will be safe. Kind of, but probably not.
Make it through all that, and you're greeted with not 1, not 2, but 3 forms of good old Dracula. Defeat his final demon form, and you get to see this awesome castle disintegrate in the background. And if you defeat him with Eric like we did, you notice that your character's hair color all of a sudden has changed from black to flowing blonde locks.
But hey, that's not all. Daniel, why don't you tell them what they've won?
All right. There are 4 endings in Castlevania Bloodlines, but we only recorded 1 of them, so sorry, not sorry. The ending players receive depends on which character they choose to play as. The ending simply depicts the respective character witnessing the crumbling of Castle Proserpina.
Since we recorded our playthrough with Eric, John's ending says that he has stopped the resurrection of Dracula, and if you beat the game on expert mode, you will receive another screen of John striking an action pose.
And that's Castlevania Bloodlines in a nutshell.
Or clamshell.
Good one.
Yeah.
It's not a bad game, but it's definitely not a great game. If you want a really good Castlevania game, stick to Super Castlevania 4.
On the Super Nintendo.
On the Super Nintendo.
Go figure.
A game that is not on the Super Nintendo is our next gameplay.
Oh.
Would you like to tell the audience what we're playing next?
Oh, shit!
It's okay. It's just one game.
It's
It's
Xenoblade
only
Chronicles.
on one disc.
On the
It's
Wii.
supposed to be a really good RPG.
I've heard. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, it's only like 60 hours long if you only do the story and skip all the side quests.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
I'm going to do everything, so it's 160 hours long. So play along with us.
Do it.
I want you to like everything, please. Especially if you're in Germany and you didn't get to watch our Luigi's video.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Germany.
But hey, like our stuff, and we'll see you all next time.
On Video Game Book Club. Thanks for watching our video. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we know you all are busy, and we love that you've taken time to hang out with us for a little while.
While you're here, why don't you check out some of our other videos we've made? You kind of owe us now.
And we have a website that you can browse through too, if you want to.
You can also check us out on Twitter and Facebook. All those links are right here, so it's easy.
If you want to see more stuff from us, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and also leave this video a big thumbs up. That would be super awesome. Well, until next time, take care everyone.
And that's Castlevania Bloodlines, guys. It wasn't a bad game, but it's definitely not a good game.
No, clamshell.
Yeah.